Hello students and welcome back to our Spot That English Errors series. In this video, I'm going to discuss a notice, a formal notice, that you have to read and you have to understand the English, which is a little bit off, but we're going to work together to understand how do we fix the errors and how do we make it better. My name is Ben with English from A to Z, and here we go. So we need to figure out what is wrong with this picture. We have looks like a public order notice in English, translated from, I believe, is Chinese, although I could be wrong on that. And I want you to take a little bit of time, 5, 10, 15 seconds. You can also pause the video, and I want you to guess on your own, how do we fix this sentence? There are a few English errors, and while it's a good start, we need to be aware of how do we make it perfect, or as close to perfect as we can as English students. So I want you to think about this picture, look at the errors because there are a few, and figure out on your own, okay, I'm going to write down this order, or this notice I should say. I'm going to write it down and then I'm going to fix the errors and I'm going to rewrite it. So I want you to pause the video now, take some time and do that, and then when you're done we can continue on and I will help you. But I want you at home to figure out what is wrong with this picture before we move on. So here's how we fix this picture. So let's look at the errors that were made first. So we start out with a misspelling. So we have pegulations. That's a misspelling, and I'll get to how do we fix that. And then we have the pegulations of public order. So we have the passive voice in a notice, giving a notice to the public, when it should be an active voice kind of a sentence. So when you ever have a public notice or a public regulation, it should be in the active voice always. And then we have a singular instead of plural noun. So we have the adjective dishonest, and then we have the singular noun of trick. But it should be plural in this case. And then we have a preposition change needed in this notice, and we need to change that. We need to scrap the end. We need to replace it with a different preposition to another one. And I'll talk about which one in the next slide. Then we have an absence of punctuation after the last end in the sentence. So let's go back and reread the notice. Please obey the pegulations of public order and safeguard yourself from fire, theft, robbery, and dishonest trick. So not bad, pretty good. I don't fault the errors. We just want to fix them. So we figured out the errors here. Here's how we fix the picture. So we know the errors. Let's see how we fixed the picture. So let's look at the rewritten text and my explanations. So the revised text is, please obey the public order regulations to safeguard yourself from fire, theft, robbery, and dishonest tricks. So here's a summary of the 5 major changes that were made. So pegulations, that's wrong. We need to change the P to an R to be regulations. So that's the spelling change. And then remember, we had it in the passive voice, the original notice. We changed that from regulations of public order to public order regulations to make it active voice. And then towards the end we had dishonest trick. So we add the S to make the noun plural, dishonest tricks. Because it just sounds better. Obviously there's going to be more than one trick in this case that you need to be aware of. So dishonest tricks makes much better sense for a public notice. And then we scrap the end before safeguard, right? Let's go back. And safeguard yourself. We want to change that to safeguard yourself. It just leads to safeguard is better than and safeguard. So in order to safeguard yourself, you need to please obey the public order regulations. So that's the right preposition before the word safeguard. So we scrapped the end and added to. And then robbery, comma, and dishonest tricks. This is very important. Whenever you have more than one item, up to more than 2 items, you need to have a comma before the last item. And there's always going to be an N before the last item in a notice. So robbery, comma, and this is called the Oxford comma, and I'm for it. Some English teachers don't believe in the Oxford comma. I do. So in this case, you need a comma before the last item in the notice, dishonest tricks after end, the preposition. So those are the 5 major changes that were made, and the revised text sounds a lot better, right? Please obey the public order regulations to safeguard yourself from fire, theft, robbery, and dishonest tricks. So those are changes that I made and I hope you made at home earlier in the video. So thanks for watching. For more information about our digital products and services to help English students like yourself, please go to www.englishfromatoz.com. And also hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel if you like this or any of our other videos, including any from our Spot That English Error series. Thanks so much, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye now.